Recently, a lot of new people have come to my channel and they've begun to know me as a lifter and assume that my channel is geared towards lifting. And right now it probably is. I actually started my channel with the intent to make woodworking videos because lifting wasn't a big part of my life then. Recently, my life has been taken over by rugby, wrestling, schoolwork, and I haven't really had any time at all to work in my shop. So up until now, I haven't had a chance to come into my shop because I haven't really had a reason to. But today, I do have a reason to. Come inside and I'll show you. I went to Cash Converters and I got this Makita 9 1/4 inch saw, or for everyone who uses the metric system, 235 millimeter, for $19. This saw retails, however, for $229. This saw started at a very high price, but no one bought it because in their eyes this saw was a piece of garbage. It's rusty, there's pieces broken off the handle, it doesn't look good, and it's clunky. But in my eyes, it was a treasure. If you are the type of person who sees this for sale at an incredibly cheap price and says to yourself, oh, it's probably too much work for me to restore it, I recommend considering if you're actually into woodworking. So without further ado, let me restore this saw. Just gonna listen to some non-copyright music so I don't have to delete this video, and we will take this apart. Taking out the blade. So right now I have a couple of options. I could buy a new blade for this saw for about $25 and wait a couple of weeks, or I could just clean up this blade and maybe it's not as good, but I can get it done now while I have time.
Tonight, I'll be eating hot wings with ranch sauce and a prawn pad thai.
Okay, so scrubbing this isn't working. Just a golden tidbit for the people in the exact same situation as me. If you've tried cleaning the rust off with any sort of lubricant that has a solvent in it, do not, and I repeat, do not spray this and then go straight away cleaning it with a wire wheel. It might catch fire, okay? So wait a few minutes for the solvent to evaporate and then you're good. Another hot golden tidbit is do not, under any circumstance, grind on the teeth. It's fine to grind on the meat of the blade, just don't grind around the edges. That's clean, my friends. Now we just need to do the other side. That side didn't require as much cleaning. So now the blade is clean on both sides. And you'll notice it's not super clean around the teeth. And I did that intentionally because I didn't want to knock any of the teeth off with a wire wheel. Just a quick note, if you see me holding the angle grinder with one hand and adjusting this blade with the other, that's fine. It's for my skill level, that's completely fine. If you're absolutely new to using angle grinders, I wouldn't recommend that. But everyone makes angle grinders seem more dangerous than they actually are. Just be careful, don't cut any of your fingers off, and hold on to it tight. Now I'll just give this blade guard a little bit of a clean because right here there's some rust. Another thing you might notice is I'm not taking the saw apart in order to clean it. That's for a couple of reasons. One, I find it's just easier and faster to operate on the saw when it's in one piece. Second of all, it's outside my skill level to take it apart and put it back together. Another thing, when you are refurbishing an old tool, lubricate everything that won't be damaged if you lubricate it. That'll help enormously. Just clean this lever here. Just a little bit. Now, if you can see the gears inside, it sometimes is a good idea to lubricate them a little bit with WD-40. When you're shopping for old saws, you want to check the function of everything on the saw to see if it works. Now it's time to put the blade back on. Now, to put the blade back on, you absolutely need to put the blade on with the teeth facing up at the front. If you do it the opposite way, I promise you it'll not work and it'll wreck your blade. Unless you're cutting sheet metal. I apologize for the mowing sound. Someone's just mowing our lawn. This nut here, most people make the mistake of tightening it way too tight. It doesn't need to be that tight, okay? It'll tighten the more that you use the saw. Now, here's the moment of truth. Do you reckon it works? Actually, I know the saw turns on because I tested it at the store. But do you reckon it'll cut? Now this is the momente of truth. Let's see if I can cut this. Now let's just check the depth. Hearing protection is freaking important. Always wear it when you're using power tools. Yeah, buddy. Okay, I didn't didn't set the depth right and it ended up getting stuck. That's why you should always correctly set the depth. But that was fast. Let me just adjust the saw. Hey, that was fast. The blade is a bit dull, but that's freaking fast. My voice is a bit high, but I'll put it in so you guys can see this a bit better. It's a bit awkward holding it that high, but it just shows you how well it can cut, even with a bad blade. How about a thick piece of hardwood? This is really hardwood. This is like Australian something. Thanks for watching, guys. This was just an introduction back into the shop. I enjoyed it. Thanks. Stay alpha.